And, we're in here every single day grinding our tails off, trying to get that fixed. It's exciting to play with this team, knowing how much firepower we have and how much we love each other.
Have that good high work ethic here.
Trying to win Super Bowls, man. It's the only way you get there.
When the stadium lights shut off, when the cameras finally stop flashing, and when the world moves on to the next headline, Travis Kelce is left alone with something far heavier than any defender he's ever faced. Silence. No chairs. No touchdowns. No Taylor Swift beside him. This is not a love story. This is a pressure story. For the first time in years, one of America's most recognizable athletes is standing without the emotional shield that once softened the spotlight. Fans debate his future. Analysts question his focus. Every step, every pause, every expression is measured through absence. Without Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce is forced to confront the part of fame no one prepares you for. Loneliness after attention. Identity after headlines. Purpose after the noise fades. This documentary is not about gossip or romance. It is about weight. The kind that settles in when the applause stops. Because when the music ends and the spotlight shifts, one question echoes louder than ever. Who is Travis Kelce when he's truly alone with the pressure?
Oh man, you just believe. You just believe every snap. No.
Before we move on, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our upcoming documentaries. Long before red carpets, luxury suites, and global attention, Travis Kelce's life was built on competition, discipline, and survival. Growing up in Cleveland Heights meant nothing came easy. He wasn't born into comfort or certainty. Every day was about proving worth, especially while standing next to his older brother, Jason, whose path seemed clearer, steadier, and more respected. Football became Travis's escape, not for fame, but for direction. The field was the only place where noise made sense and effort earned results. But even then, pressure followed him home. Coaches demanded perfection. Mistakes were remembered longer than success. Praise never lasted. Travis learned early that attention is temporary, but expectations stay. That lesson shaped him. It pushed him forward, but it also planted a hunger for validation that never fully disappeared. Before pop culture ever discovered his name, Travis Kelce was already learning how to carry weight alone. And once that hunger grows, silence becomes the hardest opponent to face.
We found a way there in the fourth quarter to get some things going on offense.
Reaching the NFL didn't free Travis Kelce from pressure. It multiplied it. Kansas City offered opportunity, but success demanded constant sacrifice. Endless film sessions, pain hidden behind confidence, injuries played through because sitting out was never an option. Fans saw touchdowns and celebrations, but Travis lived in recovery rooms, ice baths, and quiet exhaustion. Every season raised expectations higher. Every game became a test of legacy. One mistake could overshadow years of excellence. As a star grew, so did isolation. Fame narrowed his circle. Trust became selective. The locker room got quieter. The body absorbed punishment, but the mind carried something heavier. Fear. Fear of decline. Fear of letting teammates down. Fear of becoming replaceable. Super Bowl victories didn't bring peace. They brought more cameras, more judgment, and more pressure to repeat perfection. Travis wasn't just playing football anymore. He was defending an image America expected him to maintain. And the higher he climbed, the further away balance seemed to feel.
Goal, shout out to Harry, and just put up some points for our defense, man. Our defense is playing their tail off right now. So.
When Taylor Swift entered Travis Kelce's life, his world expanded overnight. Football was no longer the only stage. Suddenly, his name crossed into pop culture, entertainment media, and global conversation far beyond sports. For a moment, everything felt lighter, joyful, electric. Travis smiled more. He looked relaxed, human, visible in a way fans hadn't seen before. Taylor brought warmth and emotional grounding, but she also brought a spotlight unlike anything the NFL had prepared him for. Every appearance became a headline, every expression analyzed. Travis wasn't just an athlete anymore. He became part of a cultural narrative. Two massive fan bases collided, and expectations doubled. Love lifted him, but it also complicated his identity. The pressure didn't disappear. It evolved. Travis now carried responsibility to two worlds, two audiences, two versions of himself. And when your sense of self becomes shared with the public, separation doesn't just hurt emotionally. It shakes the foundation you were standing on.
It's the best, man. He's our fearless leader, man. That guy's the most competitive human being I know.
When Taylor Swift was no longer by Travis Kelce's side, the noise didn't fade. It changed direction. Headlines turned colder. Questions became sharper. Was he distracted? Was his focus gone? Had a magic ended? The cameras stayed, but the warmth disappeared. Travis found himself facing an old enemy with a new intensity. Isolation. Without a public relationship to soften the spotlight, every performance felt exposed. Every mistake felt amplified. Every quiet moment became speculation. There were no press conferences explaining the silence. No statements closing the chapter. Just space filled by opinions he never asked for. Athletes are trained to endure physical pain, but emotional whiplash is different. Travis was expected to perform, to lead, and to dominate while privately processing loss under public surveillance. That kind of pressure doesn't scream. It lingers. And when the world watches you lose something meaningful, it doesn't pause. It demands results anyway.
We love him for how he leads this team, both on the field and practice throughout the week.
Inside the locker room, Travis Kelce felt a silence he couldn't outrun. Teammates joked, practiced, and prepared, but something inside him stayed heavy. Without Taylor Swift, there was no emotional anchor waiting beyond the stadium. Football culture teaches toughness, not vulnerability, and Travis followed the code. Tape the ankle, strap the helmet, move forward. Yet loneliness doesn't respond to discipline. After practice, he lingered longer, replaying mistakes and questions. How long can my body answer? Who am I when the season ends? What happens when applause fades? These thoughts didn't weaken him. They distracted him, and distraction is dangerous at this level. Leadership requires presence, and presence demands peace. Travis worked harder to compensate, but effort without clarity drains fast. The pressure no longer came from defenders or schemes. It came from within. An internal pressure has no whistle. It doesn't end quarters. It follows you home, sits with you at night, and waits for doubt to speak first every single time.
Right now, man, he's leading us into victory.
Media pressure doesn't clock out, and Travis Kelce learned that quickly. Headlines chased him from stadiums to screens, turning moments into judgments. Without Taylor Swift, the tone shifted. The story wasn't romance anymore. It was relevance. Clips slowed his steps. Memes mocked his age. Analysts dissected body language like evidence. Mental fatigue crept in quietly, stealing focus rather than confidence. Notifications buzzed with opinions, and silence felt accusatory. Travis trained through it, but training can't quiet the mind alone. Uncertainty became the heaviest opponent. Confidence needs stability, and stability felt distant. Each game carried a second scoreboard measuring narratives instead of yards. Travis felt watched even when alone, performing versions of himself for people he'd never meet. The hardest part wasn't criticism. It was the feeling of being defined without context. In America, heroes are celebrated loudly and doubted faster. Travis stayed professional, present, and proud. But the grind of constant evaluation demanded energy no stat sheet could ever show.
You gotta do your homework, baby. You gotta do your homework. Little Wildcat at University of Cincinnati.
Identity becomes fragile when layers are stripped away. For years, Travis Kelce balanced being an athlete, a champion, a celebrity, and a partner. When one layer disappeared, the rest felt exposed. Who am I without headlines? Who am I without shared attention? Quiet nights grew louder, filled with reflection rather than recovery. Travis wasn't running routes. He was running through memories, measuring choices and consequences. Success felt distant, not because it vanished, but because meaning shifted. Identity loss rarely arrives suddenly. It erodes day by day through questions you avoid answering. The most dangerous moment for any athlete isn't injury. It's doubt about purpose. Travis still loved football. but he needed to rediscover why. Without Taylor Swift, there was no distraction from that truth. Searching alone is exhausting, yet necessary, because clarity doesn't come from crowds. It comes from confronting yourself honestly, patiently, and without applause. That confrontation reshaped discipline, expectations, and self-respect, building resilience for seasons still ahead alone.
It just tells you how much we're going to fight, and that's a great team. It's a tough team.
When the pressure peaked, Travis Kelce leaned toward the constants he trusted. Family. Jason wasn't just a brother. He was proof that endurance could coexist with humility. Donna Kelce offered steadiness, reminding Travis of mornings before fame and values beyond applause. Family conversations ignored headlines and focused on health, balance, and longevity. In private, Travis admitted doubts he never voiced publicly. He spoke about exhaustion, about the fear of losing himself while chasing expectations. Those talks didn't erase pressure, but they reframed it. They restored proportion. Football became part of life again, not the whole definition. Support doesn't always arrive as solutions. Sometimes it arrives as permission to breathe. With family, Travis could lower the armor and speak honestly. That honesty rebuilt trust within himself. And when pressure returned, as it always does, he carried it differently, grounded by voices that loved him without conditions or timelines. This grounding steadied preparation, sharpened focus, and restored belief during uncertain weeks ahead.
We did there in the fourth quarter with a couple 90-yard drives. That was huge for us. Yeah.
At a certain point, Travis Kelce made a quiet decision that never reached headlines. He stopped chasing approval and returned to purpose. Training became intentional, not reactive. Preparation focused on mastery, not narratives. Without Taylor Swift, there was no emotional buffer, only honesty. And honesty clarified priorities. Travis played for love of craft, not validation. Pressure still existed, but it no longer dictated his mood. One snap at a time replaced sweeping expectations. One practice at a time rebuilt confidence. Purpose doesn't remove weight, it redistributes it. With clarity, effort felt lighter and recovery felt earned. Travis accepted limits while maximizing control. The noise lost leverage because it wasn't feeding identity anymore. Control returned, not over opinions, but over habits. That shift mattered. It stabilized leadership, sharpened focus, and steadied emotions. Purpose became the compass again. And with a compass, even heavy pressure points forward instead of inward, allowing resilience to grow quietly through disciplined routines and renewed trust daily.
I think I got a lot of respect for the coaches over there and the players over there, and that was just a hard-fought win.
Strength isn't always loud, and Travis Kelce learned that in silence. Without Taylor Swift beside him, strength became routine rather than spectacle. Showing up early, leaving late, studying film with intention instead of emotion. He stopped feeding narratives and let discipline speak. This phase wasn't flashy or viral. It was internal. Travis discovered that real toughness isn't about proving dominance. It's about sustaining purpose when validation disappears. Emotional independence became a skill he had to practice daily. Some days were heavier than others. Doubt didn't vanish. It lost control. By redefining strength, Travis stabilized leadership and presence. Teammates felt it in meetings, practices, and preparation. He wasn't chasing his former self anymore. He was constructing a version capable of standing alone. This recalibration humbled him. It sharpened focus and restored balance. Strength became consistency, not reaction. And consistency is what survives pressure. Without distraction, Travis learned that resilience isn't about resistance. It's about endurance. And endurance is built quietly, one disciplined choice at a time, even when no one is watching or applauding you.
Because we got a chance. Anytime we have a chance, the confidence got to be sky high, and we got players that can make plays.
No amount of fame protects athletes from time, and Travis Kelce felt it every morning. Recovery took longer. Hits lingered deeper. The body whispered limits the mind tried to ignore. Without distractions, reality spoke clearly. How many seasons remain? What happens when speed fades? What replaces competition? These questions haunted quiet hours. Pressure wasn't only about performance anymore. It was about impermanence. Football careers end suddenly, often without warning. Travis had to confront that truth directly. Acceptance doesn't weaken competitors, denial does. By listening to his body, he adapted preparation and expectations. Smarter training replaced reckless strain. Longevity became strategy. Facing time demanded humility, patience, and planning beyond the field. Travis began thinking about identity after football, not as surrender, but as evolution. The clock kept moving, but fear no longer controlled him. Awareness replaced anxiety. That shift preserved health, sharpened focus, and protected passion. When athletes respect time instead of fighting it, they gain clarity. And clarity extends careers more than stubbornness ever could, especially under sustained physical and emotional pressure daily.
In the second half there and overtime, and even on the offensive line, guys are stepping up. So
America celebrates dominance, but struggles with transition. Fans wanted peak Travis Kelce forever, unchanged by age, pressure, or life. Without Taylor Swift, empathy faded and expectations hardened. The conversation returned strictly to production. Yards, scores, impact, nuance disappeared. But athletes aren't machines, and transitions demand patience rarely granted. Travis carried national expectations while privately rebuilding identity. Every game felt like a referendum on relevance. The margin for grace narrowed, yet quitting never entered his vocabulary. He adapted, he refined, he adjusted leadership and effort. Progress didn't always show on stat sheets, but it showed in reliability. America measures greatness loudly, but resilience is quieter. Travis understood that meeting expectations didn't mean satisfying every demand. It meant honoring preparation, teammates, and commitment. Public pressure remained relentless, but it no longer dictated worth. By separating expectation from identity, Travis reclaimed agency. He competed freely again, accepting scrutiny without absorbing it. That separation became survival. And survival, under constant national pressure, is its own form of victory earned through composure.
I don't know. We'll look at it on the film and see where we can be better. And
Redemption rarely announces itself. For Travis Kelce, it arrived quietly through routine. Cleaner routes, better pacing, sharper awareness, small improvements invisible to headlines, but critical to longevity. Without Taylor Swift, there was no distraction for growth. Growth demands discomfort. Travis embraced it. He stopped measuring success by praise and started measuring progress by consistency. Redemption wasn't about proving critics wrong. It was about proving commitment right. Each week, he focused on controllables: effort, preparation, recovery. The noise remained, but it lost authority. Quiet redemption rebuilt confidence without arrogance. It restored trust in process. Travis didn't chase moments. He constructed stability. That stability reinforced leadership and reliability. Teammates felt it in execution and presence. Redemption doesn't require trophies to be real. Sometimes it's the absence of chaos, the return of peace. For Travis, redemption meant showing up aligned with purpose, not pressure. And alignment sustains careers longer than attention ever could. Quietly, deliberately, he reclaimed control without spectacle, headlines, or apology to anyone watching or waiting for decline.
that it's always a part of the aftermath of the game.
Loss is unavoidable, but interpretation determines outcome. Travis Kelce learned that loss doesn't always signal failure. Relationships end. Chapters close. Seasons pass. Without Taylor Swift, loss felt public, personal, and permanent. But acceptance reframed it. Letting go wasn't weakness, it was recalibration. Travis stopped resisting reality and started integrating it. Acceptance didn't erase emotion, it organized it. He acknowledged what was gone without chasing replacement. That honesty reduced internal conflict. With less resistance, energy redirected toward growth. Loss clarified values. It stripped excess and exposed essentials. Football became expression again, not escape. Acceptance restored freedom. Travis could compete without carrying unfinished grief into preparation. Loss taught him boundaries, balance, and perspective. It strengthened resilience rather than diminishing ambition. By accepting loss, Travis preserved momentum. He didn't move backward or rush forward. He stabilized, and stability under pressure is rare. Acceptance didn't close doors. It prepared him to walk through the next one stronger, grounded, and less dependent on validation from circumstances beyond control.
Weaker, obviously, trying to get points in the red zone and scoring those touchdowns for the defense.
Legacy weighed heavily on Travis Kelce, especially when the noise quieted. Not trophies or records, but memory. How would he be remembered when the cameras moved on? As a celebrity moment or a professional standard? Without Taylor Swift, that question fell sharper. Legacy isn't built in highlights alone. It's shaped by response to pressure. Travis studied film, but he also studied himself. Leadership mattered more than dominance now. Consistency mattered more than spectacle. He understood legacy as reliability under stress. Teammates trusted availability. Coaches trusted preparation. Those details don't trend, but they endure. Travis shifted focus from perception to contribution. He wanted to be remembered for presence, not popularity. Pressure tested that resolve daily, yet clarity steadied him. Legacy stopped being something to defend and became something to demonstrate quietly. Each practice rep mattered. Each recovery choice mattered. Legacy, he realized, is not what people say during peaks. It's what remains when attention fades. And what remains is shaped in silence, long after applause ends and expectations move elsewhere.
We'll definitely try and hone in on that. We were doing really good with that early on in the year, and we just got to stay true to it.
Travis Kelce's journey exposed a truth America often overlooks. Elite athletes carry mental weight equal to physical strain. Pressure doesn't disappear with success, it intensifies. Without Taylor Swift, Travis faced emotional demands without shelter. That experience highlighted the cost of silence. Football celebrates toughness, but toughness without honesty fractures internally. Travis began acknowledging stress instead of suppressing it. He protected routines, limited noise, and prioritized recovery beyond the body. Mental health isn't weakness, it's maintenance. Ignoring it shortens careers and damages identity. By respecting emotional limits, Travis preserved focus and resilience. He didn't broadcast struggles, but he didn't deny them either. Balance replaced bravado. America applauds endurance, yet rarely respects the preparation behind it. Travis modeled quiet accountability, choosing sustainability over spectacle. That choice stabilized leadership and extended effectiveness. Pressure didn't vanish, but it became manageable. Awareness turned chaos into structure. Mental health became part of training, not an afterthought. And acknowledging it didn't reduce competitiveness. It sharpened it. Strong minds recover faster, adapt quicker, and endure pressure longer than any highlight ever could alone.
This year, and I'll make sure that I give everybody the right shout-outs on my podcast.
Standing alone is different from being lonely. Travis Kelce learned that distinction through pressure. Without Taylor Swift, he wasn't broken or abandoned. He was tested. Alone meant accountability without distraction. Every choice mattered more. Every routine revealed discipline. Standing alone forced ownership. There was no shared spotlight, no emotional insulation, only responsibility. Travis embraced it. He focused on controllables and ignored projections. That clarity strengthened independence. Alone, he rebuilt confidence on preparation, not validation. Alone, he reconnected with purpose. Pressure sharpened decisions instead of clouding them. Standing alone also exposed strength. He didn't retreat or react impulsively. He adjusted thoughtfully. That restraint preserved energy and leadership. The absence of noise allowed focus to grow. Travis wasn't chasing redemption. He was sustaining commitment. Alone didn't mean isolated. It meant self-directed. Standing alone revealed maturity, forged by experience. And maturity withstands pressure longer than hype. For Travis, standing alone wasn't an ending. It was a stage, a proving ground where discipline replaced distraction and resilience replaced reliance, quietly preparing him for whatever followed next in his evolving journey forward.
Family time, and there's nothing that goes better than football and Thanksgiving, baby.
The future remains unwritten for Travis Kelce, and uncertainty no longer frightens him. Football may continue. It may conclude sooner than expected. Fame will shift, as it always does. Without Taylor Swift, Travis learned to face uncertainty without panic. He stopped measuring time and started managing energy. Preparation replaced prediction. Control replaced speculation. He focused on what could be shaped today instead of fearing tomorrow. That mindset steadied decision-making. Opportunities beyond football became considerations, not escapes. Travis approached the future with flexibility rather than resistance. Unknown paths invite anxiety, but they also invite possibility. By accepting uncertainty, he preserved curiosity. Growth requires openness. The future doesn't reward clinging. It rewards adaptation. Travis remained committed to excellence without demanding permanence. Pressure softened when expectations loosened. Confidence became grounded instead of inflated. The future didn't need answers yet. It needed readiness. And readiness is built daily through habits, humility, and health. Travis prepared without attachment to outcome. That detachment restored peace. When athletes stop fighting uncertainty, they gain freedom. And freedom sharpens focus, allowing potential to unfold without forcing timelines or fearing transitions ahead.
We got to win for him. I know that. You can't go back home with any else.
This documentary is not about romance or headlines. It is about endurance. Travis Kelce without Taylor Swift is not diminished. He is revealed. Pressure didn't destroy him. It refined him. Alone with expectations, he confronted identity honestly. He adjusted habits, protected mental health, respected time, and recommitted to purpose. The spotlight faded, but clarity remained. Travis learned that resilience isn't loud. It's consistent. It's disciplined. It's patient. Standing alone forced growth that shared attention never could. This story isn't about loss. It's about adaptation, about choosing responsibility over reaction, about carrying pressure without letting it define worth. Travis Kelce's journey reminds America that strength evolves. Champions aren't forged only by victories, but by how they respond when comfort disappears. Pressure tests truth, and truth endures. When applause fades and narratives shift, what remains is character. Travis continues forward, not chasing legacy, but demonstrating it. Because sometimes the greatest transformation happens when the world stops watching. And sometimes standing alone is exactly how lasting resilience is built under the heaviest expectations.
Getting all the food they can possibly get, and
if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our upcoming documentaries.